Hi. Yeah. Hello. Mic check. Test. Tickles. So yeah, good morning. Ohayo, konbawa, konnichiwa. I don't know. At this point, I do not know. Wait, the chains probably aren't necessary. Let me take that away. So yeah, hi. I know it's been a while, but yeah. So this is your dark skin boy VTuber Rokoro, and today, lessons, the usual. Wait. Thanks for the translation. Wow. Oh wait, the okay. So why don't we have any soundtrack? It's because I actually have like the music, but it's only for the VOD. So I'll be going back to oh hi there. I mean, what's the point calling out my translator account? Like, doesn't really do anything, but but yeah, how's everyone doing? I know this is one of those like opportunities where I actually speak in English. 日本語で話すなんて。So yeah, how's everyone doing? I know it's been quite a while. Like for the past few, I guess 2 weekends, I've had stuff, so I wasn't able to to stream. So yeah, there were no streams, at those times. So I apologize for that. But yeah, what I've been realizing recently as well is maybe I should put in more just chatting streams, Like I think it's worth a shot. But then I kind of want to like play through a bunch of games. So it's like, I'm in a pinch. Like I didn't know what to get. I didn't know what content to bring everyone, Besides me moaning like, sorry. Oops, sorry. Nakagomenasai. But yeah, I know normally we should be, going for our lessons this time, but what did I mean, once you're in college, you realize everyone just wants to survive. That's what it feels like. Like, when I was in college as well, like, I know a bunch of like classmates who literally just like wake up and go to class. Yeah, with PJs on. Yeah, that bad. I mean, not that any of that matters because in the end, we just want to get through this shit. Disho? So yeah, where is my... I know that feeling. Now, like, ever since, I've started, like, going to the gym myself and, I got too used to showering in the morning or in general before going out of the house if I'm going out, and before I sleep. Like, I cannot not take a shower before I sleep. Like, no. I want to sleep feeling refreshed and clean, you know? I mean, I have a dirty brain. So the body shouldn't be too. And I know I just updated like my, what do you call it? My default playlist, I guess. But yeah, you know what? Let's start after the ads. Like, I haven't had like much opportunity to just chat around, which is kind of a bummer. And yeah, I feel worried that I haven't eaten anything yet. Don't worry, I have eaten breakfast. Don't worry. Let me just like switch. Okay, this may be the better. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. これで大丈夫と思いますが。Oh well. Or you know what? I'm trying to like go through my microphones and stuff, which ones better capture my audio for the audio transcription below, the subtitles. But yeah, I think our first set of ads is like over, so if I could just slightly change my setup right here. Okay. Do I have the chapters here? The bookmarks? Oh, I have the bookmarks. Okay, so let's go to our lesson proper. Ta-da! So it's been a while since our last Japanese stream, like evidently because the last one is basically 3 Saturdays ago. Like 3 Saturdays. So we'll be going for yeah. So we're due for N4 level. Yes, you know, as you may have seen in my stream title, I guess. I don't know. Just making sure everything's in order as well. Okay, so I think we're good. If I could like just adjust my sitting position as well. And my camera. What? Oh, there. So if we're going back, so last time, which was like 3 Saturdays ago, no, 4 Saturdays ago. Yeah, it's almost like a month ago. So we had mitai desu, maini, or and tekara, so depending on the usage. And then we have a bunch of kanji. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, this is like a lot. So let me just like go through my stuff. Oh, so we're basically going for a new set of vocabulary and some grammar here. So I think we're due for like the next lesson. So as of like the previous lesson, we basically got to finish what's the equivalent of lesson 17 in Genki Volume 2. So yeah, which is nice. So that means we get to focus on like learning another set of vocabulary and learning, So we're going to like start on, because I use Genki as a reference material for these lessons. Yes, I use Genki. I don't know why my subtitles isn't responding at times. I don't know why. It's or maybe a bit more noise, like sorry, practicing fry screams. Yeah, the subtitles aren't really responding, Yeah, they're kind of bad. I don't know why. Is it because it's not really properly capturing my tingo skrrr? Huh. What do you mean, what's that? Okay, sorry. Flashing. Flashing these nuts! Sorry. Banana. Just what the wait, my clips are all banana. Wait, where am I? Wait. Kasi banana. Yamita ulit siya. Wait. Hey, wait. Wait, that one missed. There's like one banana getting shot from afar. Wait, I can't even like finish my train of thought. Like, wait. I can't even properly say a sentence anymore. Otro banana. Wait. I might as well have like, a censored 3D image of a dildo somewhere. Oops. Hagishiyo. Sorry. Yep, at this point, say so? What's say so? Nope. So, I told myself we should be starting, but start? Yeah, start moaning. Okay. Ouch. なんかごめんなさい. So, uh-oh, I think I have to like check each one of them. Huh, I didn't. The weird thing is, I'm more of like, as soon as I wake up, either as soon as I wake up or before I sleep, oh my god, where's that kanji? Oh, there, finally. all these zoom ins and I can still see the point. Hold on. If I could like check for the song, there are like some songs I recently added to my default playlist. Oh my god, this will take a while. Are. Oh, there. So yeah, so we're basically starting off with the 18th lesson of Genki Volume 2. So we'll be starting off with, you know, a bunch of vocabulary and stuff. I can only say this. Wow, how bad. You know what? I think I'm better off with this. Just like, I haven't even started! Oi! Okay, so... Yo, mama skill issue. Okay, sorry. God, I have a foul mouth today.ワレちゃん来てくれてありがとう。でもまあ、まだこっちは朝なんだし。見ればわかる。でしょ Like you can see here. Like see? 10:25. So I've been running my mouth for 25 minutes without starting the lessons. Wow. But you know me, you can always like, you know, Rokuro, here's some banana. Told you banana. Banana. At this rate, I'll never get to start the lessons. Okay, so let's start with like our first word, I guess. Not gonna lie, I kind of miss the sensation of my... What the hell is happening here? Nanda? 手こきしてくれるの? 手こきしてくれるの? おい。なんでもないです。なんでもないです。なんでもないです。Okay, so let's start off with nouns. Maybe I don't need this bit. So yeah, nouns. These nouns. Okay, sorry. Why am I forcing that joke onto everyone else? It's like nothing. 안 그러게도. 아. 마, そっちはもう遅いんだしな。これ。これ以上言わないけど。No, no, no. I like this song! 手放してしまえば楽になれるのだろう Now that I haven't, I haven't actually warmed up, so I should not be singing at this time. ちょっと待って Yeah! This is like 50% Japanese lessons and like 50% moaning. Sorry. Sorry, children. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so... My god. Well, you're not wrong. I haven't actually checked now that you mentioned that. Okay, so there's first word after or the rest ato. And then next up would be, I'm not sure if I recall. Oh shucks, I forgot how to write shoyu. I forgot how to write like the word for soy sauce. Uh-oh. Yeah, I had to like write it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I forget stuff myself. Oh my god. Shoyu. So soy sauce. I know it's kind of annoying to write, even I get annoyed. Wow! Oof. Nanda bokki. Nothing. What the hell's with the stream nowadays? Like, what's the problem? If I could check like my task manager, let's see if there's like any problems. Ah! ちょっと待って! Ah! Oi! Ah! Oh, you want a fun fact about Yukun? Oh my god. Nope, you didn't hear shit. Nope. That was your imagination. You didn't hear shit from me. Okay, next word, probably the easier one. Soto. So this means outside. So far, we're pretty good. And then next would be banana. ちょっと待ってって。キャこのままじゃ一生教えられないわ。I was actually the one who gave the Japanese name. Like the one in kanji, that was from me. Like I forgot what the say is, but I have something like this. I forgot what I gave here. Yee. Okay, next one would be this. Nikki. So this means a diary. So if you know the anime Mirai Nikki, Future Diary, yep. So it's pretty nice how we have like pretty straightforward translations for everyday stuff. The next. Someone mentioned actually that no, it's more of like I'm afraid if I would write a diary, it would look like a suicide note. Like, no, not a good look. Don't worry, I'm as straight as a wet spaghetti. Okay, so next is mushi, which means insect. And then next up would be yachin. which means rent. Pretty nice, right? And then we have a next one. Don't confuse this for the kanji for ta. I know they look similar. Oh my god! Maybe once I'm hot enough, you'll probably see, you know, fans only. No. Yugata. Okay, yugata, which means evening. Ah! ちょっと待って! ほどほどにしてくださいよ, Banana. Ah! もう何回も言っちゃったんだよ. Ah. So yugata means evening. So this is usually around like a time period where the sun is setting. So that's evening. And then if it's like really late at night, it's basically yoru. And then you have so from yoru, if with about probably 10 onwards, and then shinya if it's about basically 11, 12, 1 around those time. Dang it, Twitch is eternally having issues. Like, come on. What's with my internet recently? Good thing I have Twitter and like a separate recording as insurance. Oh well. Next word would be that writing was pretty bad. Rusuban denwa. So Rusuban denwa is basically answering machine. I think a lot of like smartphones have this feature. And then next up, oopsie. Reizouko. Reizouko. Which means a refrigerator. So what's the difference between refrigerator and the freezer then? So how about the freezer? I don't know. Ask the authors of Genki why they still have that. Oh my god. So yeah, so when we say refrigerator, it's reizouko. For freezer, it's basically reitouko. Okay? So only one difference here. It's right here. We good? We good so far? We Gucci? You know what? The last word is... The funny part about this one is that the kanji for this one is really hard to remember. So, just in case, I'll be putting the kanji, but even you don't have to put in the kanji. Because... Why? Huh? Oh my god. Rokuro, how do you remember this kanji? I don't. Even I don't remember this kanji. I have to take a look at it. I had to search it up. It's that bad. This is not even in any JLPT level. This is like outside of the scope. So rosoku means candle. Okay. Here. Not a lot of people use this. Oh my god. So I think that's it for the nouns. Don't worry, we'll go back to these ones once we're done with all of the vocabulary. Okay, next up. Like the kanji, yeah. Not a lot of people use the kanji. It's that bad. I'm actually going through my playlist. Y'all want flip side? Oh no, it got skipped. Never mind. So next up is E adjectives. So I think I've been mentioning this for a while, but yeah, this is ike keiyoshi. Oh, I think I have it. Wait. I have it set to basically translate. No, I'm not sure about my settings anymore. If I could just like. This is pretty convenient. What a convenient tool. Okay, so for E adjectives, we have 4 to introduce. Akarui, which means bright. At this point, I don't want to. Like, it really gets. It cuts off my recording too. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, ちょっと待っててね。Like, it's pretty bad. Okay, where's my pen? Okay, there. So bright, akarui, and then next one. Uh, 기분が悪い. So this yeah, even my phone gets like cut off at times. 気分が悪い to feel sick, but this is an adjective. And then next would be kurai, which means dark or gloomy. And then next, hazukashi. So this means embarrassing. It's like double R, right? Yeah, it's double R. So we have 4. Not too bad, right? Oh my god, this song. Gravitation, let's go. Like one of like the older BL animes. Okay, so let's go for the next. So for this one, we don't have any na adjectives to introduce. So we're going straight. Gravitation. You know what? A fun fact. So the mangaka of Gravitation actually makes their own doujins, like doujinshi. Oh my god. So こまで変態じゃないと思いますがOkay, next we'll be going on to verbs. So that's all the adjectives we've got. So verbs, or they're called godandoshi. Yeah, the mangaka made their own doujinshi. And I want those doujins. I want those. I really want those. Like for the longest time, I've been wanting them. Like, please. At this point, I'm like shuffling through my music. Oh my god. Hardcore EDM. Not this shit again. We're having so many problems recently. Okay, so verbs or godandoshi. So we have a whole set basically. So let's go for the first one. 違う. So, 開く means something opens. So, this is an intransitive verb. So because this is an intransitive verb, we use... So only the subject is involved, so which means we'll be using the subject particle ga. And the next one,違う. Ayamaru. Ayamaru. To apologize to someone. So basically, it's like person ni. Let me adjust my settings a bit. Like, let me disable automatic reset. Oh, where was that again? Okay, I hope this is better this time, you know? Yep. So, I know this part feels familiar, right? Oh my god, スケベだしな. How do you even... Oh, there. And then next. Osu. This means to push. Yeah, because you're shooting words. Oh yeah, Shazai. Also, this part. You probably know this. You know this part of this kanji. Yeah, I'm not expounding on this any further. Nope. Ehe. I mean, that's what helps me remember the kanji. Ah. Wait. Because it has been disconnecting so much. Hold on. Hold on with the banana. Huh. Yep, I had to restart the thing. I've been disconnecting for like a lot of times that even the Twitch integrated throwing system isn't really. So also it means to push, like to press, like a button, for example. Oh, sorry. I think that's... Yeah, that should be better now. Oh my god. Wait. It sounds wrong on so many levels. Bruh! Why does it sound wrong? Oh my god, it sounds so wrong. Like, I can't even. Okay, next word. No, the thing is, like, whenever I get disconnected from Twitch and, you know, so many times, even the entire program gets disconnected. It gets affected too. Did I get it right? Otosu. This means to drop something. So some of you may have been familiar with the word ochiru, which means to fall. So ochiru is the intransitive verb. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. So ochiru is the intransitive verb, and then otosu is the transitive verb because it involves an object. Okay. And then we have this. I really want to cover this song too. I think, yep. Oyu ga waku. So water boils. See, this is also an intransitive verb at play. So yeah. And then we have Konkai wa nanda, Konkai wa nanda. Korobu. Korobu, which means to fall down. Or to tumble. So this is also intransitive. And the next word would be this is too small. Let me rewrite this. I think, yeah, if it fails, I'll just like copy it on my media request page. So just use the usual command, SR. Actually, hold on. Okay, there. Oh look, it's my cover. Kawas! This means to break something. I'm usually the kind of person to go for metal. God dang it. Hold on. Not this shit again. So to break something. So this is also transitive. So this is transitive. So it involves an object. Like, the thing I don't get is... why I always have this problem. You know what? Huh. I hope...ちょっと待って。At this point...
戻ってきたら教えてください。
Yeah, I think we should be good now. Oh my god. ちょっと待ってくださいね。Okay, apologies. Give me one sec. Okay, are we good? Oh my god. Twitch stresses me to no end, honestly. Like, what the hell are they doing over there?ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。ストレスが溜まってりしすぎて。Yeah, I have like the dynamic bitrate on. Should I turn it off? Oh fuck this shit, not again. Twitch? Seriously? My head hurts. Like, honestly, I didn't know what to make of this because it's frustrating. Like, come on. I am so complaining to my internet service provider. You know, at this rate, I can't even hold like a proper stream. Because of how shitty my internet is and Twitch is. It's not even funny anymore. Like, oh my god. Can Twitch stop being shit? Nakasubscribe. Arigato. Thank you for subscribe. Like, I'm really stressed right now because of how shitty my internet and Twitch is. Oh my god, my head hurts. Like, I hope... Okay, oh my god, goody good. Thank you for the gift sub! You know what? I'll have like a proper announcement next time. Like, I kind of want to do some sort of like crowdfunding for my cover projects. For my cover projects. And for that sole purpose only. Like, I'm not using like the crowdfunded money for anything else, just the covers. And I'll be full transparent of that. Like, if anything, that's probably like one of like my passion projects. And I wanted to be able to do more. But you know me, I'll mostly be, you know, visual K. But yeah, thank you so much, Goody, for the gift sub. And with that, oh my god. Jeff Kun would be in that. Okay, anyways, I get too distracted. So next verb would be Saka, to bloom. But this is but this is intransitive. And then next would be okay, this one. Kuri, it feels like you're the one who needs to go take care of that thing, you know? Oh my god. All this time you're just projecting yourself to me. Oh my god. Ah! お前の方がスケベじゃねえか I'm the one who should be saying that. このモラモラとスケベめ I mean, I always am. That's like default. Okay, next one would be also intransitive. Don't ask me why there's a Chinese song all of a sudden. Shimaru. So this means something closes. So this is also intransitive. Hence also use ga. Maybe this could be, you know, a nice Chinese song that I can cover. What do you think? Okay, next one. Tasukaru. Tasukaru. To be saved or to be helped. Tasukaru. Oh, yeah. And the next word. Tanomu. Tanomu. 沈突してください。Yeah. No. You did not hear shit from me. So, 頼む means to ask for a favor or to ask of a favor, to ask a favor. So, of course, you ask a person, the person is preceded by we use the particle ni. So something like that. Next song. I think we played this before. Hold on. Oh, this one is good. Okay. Last full verb. This is quite a lot. Yogos. Yogosu, which means to make something dirty. Oh. So this is transitive, okay? So that should be all for the U verbs so far. So we'll be moving on to Ru verbs. So Ru verbs in Japanese are ichidan doshi. Hold on. That was kind of bad writing. Ichida doshi. Okay, there. Oh my god, I'm getting hungry. Nanka hara hitte kita. So Ru verbs, we have the first one. Hungry for. Okay, sorry. Nothing. Banana. Misutta. Banana. There's like one that missed. Banana. Hi. Taise check. So, posture check, not to be a shrimp. Jeff could have banana. Anyways. So ochiru. So earlier we have the transitive form otosu. Now we have the intransitive form ochiru. So this means something drops or something falls. And who do you think is the reason behind me moaning? Huh? Zaku ga huh? Kenka uru nara kau wa. Huh? Kenka nara kau wa. Okay, next word. Katatsukeru. Katatsukeru, which means to tidy up. So this is also transitive. And the next word. I love gravitation. I love this song. Okay, next. Oh wait, I haven't provided the meaning of this. Kangaeru, meaning to think. To think in general, or it could be to think about something. Or to consider. Okay, next word. Kieru. Kieru. Which means to disappear. Oopsie. So there's the thing about like the Spanish word quiero, which means I love you or stuff. And then you have the Japanese word quiero, which means disappear. They're like read the same, but depending on which language you're using, they have like they have like starkly different meanings. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, next up would be oopsie. Oh. Kowareru. Kowareru means something breaks or something gets destroyed. So this time we have the intransitive form. So the transitive is kawasu, the intransitive is kawareru. Just like kesu is the transitive, the intransitive is kieru. So there are plenty of there are plenty of verbs whose role when it comes to intransitive and transitive are pretty much correlated to them being verbs or verbs. So for a lot of verbs, the transitive counterparts are often in the verb side, and then their intransitive counterparts are often in the verb side. Of course, this doesn't apply to all, because there are many cases where the opposite occurs. So yogoreru, which means to become dirty. Sorry. Banana. Banana. Kya? Banana. Genki shiteru na. Banana. It would be funny if I would like commission an art of me surrounded by bananas. Hey. Hey. So these are basically the root verbs. So a lot of these are intransitive forms. So let's move on to one irregular verb. Just one irregular verb. And then with my signature on it. Oh my god. So irregular are called hold on, I kind of forgot. Like, it's been a while. Yeah, I think I'm kind of... You mentioned that, but I have like better tools. Like, the only thing I could say is expand dong. Anyways. Ehe. Chumon suru. Chumon suru means to place an order. Okay, I've been mentioning a bit about transitive and intransitive verbs. For irregular verbs, particularly for those with suru attached, they're all by default transitive. They're all transitive due to the nature of suru. Because of suru itself. Suru is basically a verb that means to do something. So in this case, chumon, if it's by itself, this means an order. So to do an order, or in English, you know, to make more sense, to place an order. Okay, last bit would be adverbs and other expressions. Now that I've been realizing it, maybe the reason why I don't really do a lot of like just chatting streams is because I'd like to be able to do something, you know? I easily run out of things to talk about. Because not a lot of things interest me. Damate, okay. No. Now, I can't do ASMR. No, I can't do that. Banana. Banana. ちょっと待って。なんか、もう、疲れた。I'm tired. Okay, adverbs and other expressions. Ah, ちょっと待って。なんか激しい。ありゃ、消えた。あれは So adverbs and other expressions. You know, the expression being ahegao. No. No. Let me correct that one. I wonder. This is like one of the kanjis I don't like. Oyabi. So adverbs are fukushi and other expressions oyobi sonota no hyogen. Oh! So it's this. Oh my god. ちょっと待って。I'm... Okay, finally, right away. And then we have... did I get it correctly? おかげで. Let me select this one. Huh. Yeah, I got it correct. So it's not me having issues then. おかげで. So thanks to... So you'll say something something no おかげで. Okay. And then we have the next word. This is an expression, not really a word.お先に失礼します。お先に失礼します。So, see you or I'll be taking my leave. You know what? I could just like put it here instead. And the next one. I know this is waves. You've heard my first cover already. Okay, I think I... Nope. Part of the reason why I don't really like tsukare is because whenever I write it, it doesn't look right. So, お疲れ様でした. So, this is more of a ritualistic expression, but this means thank you for your hard work. Or you must be tired after all of this. So, there are like multiple ways of, translating this, but none of them would properly capture the essence of お疲れ様でした. And then next one. Doshio. This should be capitalized. So this is very simple expression. What should I do? What should we do? And the next. Hontoni. Really? And then last one would be mazu or mazu wa. The なんかもう疲れてきたんだからちょっと待って。マジで疲れてきた。なぜか。まずはバレラだねって。So まず or まずは So first of all So yeah, let's take a short break. So these are all of the vocabulary for today. So before we go to our, short break, so let's take a look at everything we've got. あと、醤油、外、日記、無視、家賃、夕方、留守番電話、冷蔵庫、冷凍庫、ろうそく。Oh, there are other balls I like to play with. Oh, sorry. For the E adjectives, 明るい、気分が悪い、暗い、恥ずかしい。And then verbs, 開く、謝る、押す、落とす。 お湯が沸く、転ぶ、壊す、裂く、閉まる、助かる、頼む、汚す。And then row verbs. 落ちる、片付ける、考える、消える、壊れる、汚す。And then one irregular verb, 注文する。And then all other expressions, 今すぐ、おかげで、お先に失礼します。お疲れ様でした。どうしよう。本当に、まずは。So yeah, before we go to grammar, so we'll be taking a short break. So with that, see you all in a bit. I know I'm still on the break, but I have like coffee jelly right now. Mm. Oishii. 美味しい。あ、うまっ。これ最高。ゼリーの方が足りないんですけどね。じゃ。最高。Okay, I'm back. I know I'm eating like coffee jelly, and I'm like, I'm sorry. This is so good. Yes, all the moaning from earlier was because of the coffee jelly. I'm still eating the coffee jelly, but still, like, psycho. This is so good. Yeah, I know. I'm eating coffee jelly right now. Like, yeah. The only problem is I didn't put enough gelatin. No, I actually removed the mute. I unmuted myself. Wait. I'll upload the photo later of the coffee jelly. The only problem is that it isn't gelatinous enough. I added too little jelly. I added too little gelatin to the mixture. So even in terms of jelly, this is like structurally, you know, weak. It's in my phone though, so I can only post it later after the stream. The thing is, I don't have a webcam. So all of my tracking is through my phone. Hi, ごちそうさまでした。So there's like I put a touch of cream on top of the jelly. So you probably know what color it is already. Okay, so let's move on to grammar. Let me check other stuff. Just a touch on top though. Okay, it's not giving me the song that I want. Which makes me wonder why. No, I'm ignoring that. That's the point. I'm ignoring that. Let me go back to my history. Okay. Let's go. So where are we now? So we're going to the grammar portion now. And what you have noticed in the vocabulary so far is that I've been mentioning about transitive and intransitive verbs, right? And actually, that's like the main thing about today's grammar. For lesson 18 of Genki 2, that's probably like the big thing we're going to learn. So, if I could like write properly. So you're familiar. So I guess at this point you're familiar what transitive and intransitive verbs are, right? If not, basically, transitive verbs are basically verbs that require an object. Basically, verbs that act on a certain object. Hence, you always, usually, if not always, require a direct object. But for intransitive verbs, it's a verb that happens to the subject itself. So for transitive verbs, the subject does something to the object. But for intransitive verbs, something happens to the subject. Okay? So what are those in Japanese? So transitive verbs are called jidoshi. Tadoshi. So how do I put this here? So transitive verbs are called tadoshi. So the pattern for transitive verbs is usually something like this, right? You have the subject. Verb. And direct object, right? Sometimes you have an indirect object, then a direct object, right? Like for example, I gave him something. So I gave him something. So in Japanese, it could be, you know, watashi. Usually, it's us. Like, watashi wa, ageta. Kare ni. So, rearrange this. So, kare ni nani ka ageta. But for intransitive verbs, so if it's intransitive verbs, in Japanese they're called jidoshi. So the nice thing about Japanese is that, you know, doshi is a verb. So tadoshi, ta means others here. So transitive, verbs that act on others. And the intransitive verbs, jidoshi, ji means the self. So this means these are verbs that act on the self. Okay? Hence, so the usual pattern for intransitive verbs is just that's it. Or in some cases, it could be or no, not really. It's more of just this. Subject verb. I fell to the ground. koronjatta, right? So yeah, these are really powerful. So you notice, because, well, if you didn't already notice, I've been mentioning it earlier, that there are like transitive pairs, right? So let's list some of them. So we have so I have like the base verb here, or at least the verb, the transitive verb in Japanese, and then the intransitive verb. Okay, so to open, akeru, and then the intransitive pair is something opens, aku. How about to close? Shimeru. How about the intransitive form? Something closes. Shimaru. This is interesting, right? Okay, what's the next one? So let's go for to put in. So the transitive is ireru. So what's the intransitive? To put in, something enters. That is the intransitive, which is hairu. Any questions so far? So if we put in something, let's take something out to take out. So the transitive is dasu. So how about the intransitive? If we take out something, the intransitive is something gets out, right? Which is deru. Very good so far? To turn on, for example, lights. So we've learned from way back then, to turn on lights, denki o tsukeru. So how about something turns on? Tsuku. So the opposite, if we turn something on, we turn something off. What a turn off. Nah, just kidding. So to turn off something, that's the transitive, right? That is kesu. I'm not a toy, but I have a toy. Ah. Huh? Pretend I didn't say that. Can I adjust all of these? Banana. ちょっと待って、なんか、バナナ気づかなかった。I didn't notice the banana. Ah! Oh, there. It got late. So turn off, kiss it. How about if it turns off? Kieru. This is particularly for, for lights. So, 電気をつける、電気がつく。電気を消す、電気が消える。So, how about to break something? So, the transitive is 壊す。Versus the intransitive 壊れる。And how about to dirty something, to make something dirty? Yogos. And then the intransitive is 汚れる。Okay? And then we have to drop something. I always have this habit of leaving a space. Which is good under normal circumstance, but this one, I'm making it a bit compressed, so not for this one. So to drop, the transitive would be 落とす。And then, so what's the intransitive of to drop? To fall, or something drops, or something falls. We have 落ちる。Just go! Oh my god. Pretty interesting, right? So let's discuss more on transitive verbs. So remember the teiru form? So let's have an example to actually, provide like okay, so let's go for huh. This is like my problem again. Like, what's a good example? Uh, banana を口の中に入れています。あ You know what? Let's not go for example immediately. I'm going to think of it. So another way to differentiate transitive and intransitive verbs are transitive verbs usually involve activities, while intransitive verbs involve changes, like change of state. So how do we... banana. Banana. Yeah, banana. ありゃ、消えた。There has been a glitch in the matrix. Banana. なんか、もう At this point, I don't even know what's being thrown at me. I hope it's like, you know, a hot white fluid. Oops, sorry. Ah! Wait. I'm thinking of stuff. Like, I'm thinking of, like, what's a good one? I give up. So I'll put in another example. Okay, so we have two examples. So the first one involves akeru, which means to open. So the transitive form. And the second example involves the intransitive form, aku. So I mentioned earlier, verbs, transitive verbs involve activities, while intransitive verbs involve changes of state, like changes. So in case of open, the transitive involves something, an activity of opening. The intransitive involves a change from closed to open. So when we use the teiru form, which is evidenced by both examples here, look at the English equivalent. Ima mo akite imasu. They're both in the same form, but for the transitive form, the teiru means it's an action in progress. For the intransitive form on the second example, aiteimasu yo, it means, because it's an intransitive form, it's a change of state. The teiru implies the change has been made. It's now in that state of being open. Shout out guys, welcome, Shortgun. We're actually learning. So the takeaway for this one, for teiru form, give me one sec. For teiru, we have two cases. If it's a transitive verb, then it's an action in progress. For intransitive, the change is complete. Or the subject is in that state. Okay? I'm really hungry. なんか腹減ってきた. Like, oh my god. Hunger. So this time I have yogurt. I like my dessert soft and creamy. So are we clear on this, or do you need another example? You know what? Let's have another example. Uh, okay, let's go for this. Mm, oh look, flip side. Ah, and then next. So let's have another set of examples. So the first one, so we have kieru, kesu versus kieru, transitive versus intransitive. So first one, 文字を消しゴムで消しています。So because kesu is transitive, that means the teiru form is an action in progress. So you're currently erasing the letters, right? Keshigomu is eraser, like specifically a rubber eraser. And then next sentence, 死体が消えています。The corpse disappeared. Or the corpse has disappeared. I think in terms of English, like in English, if we have transitive verbs, the teiru form implies a progressive tense. And then for intransitive verbs, the teiru form implies a perfect tense. Okay, we're good. So first one is action in progress, progressive tense. And then second one is perfect tense. Okay, any questions so far? We good? Because it feels like, I think it's like a good time to end the stream, or do you want another? No, this should be good. Like, I don't want to overload everyone. So I'll just have like some notes here. So I did mention action in progress. Basically, this implies progressive, present progressive tense. Or just progressive tense. Because the teiru itself can be conjugated. So if you make it into the past tense, teita. So that's past progressive or past perfect, depending on which verb. Okay, any questions so far? I know today has been kind of tough considering, you know, my internet connection and Twitch not being nice to me in terms of like, yeah, internet connection. You know what? Let's check who to raid. Let's see who we can raid for today. Hey, guess who's back to streaming? So we're going to raid Rufus Baystar. That's kind of nice, like he's back to streaming. So with that, don't forget the raid message here. So yeah, I think that's it for today's lesson. I guess see you next week. Also, thank you for last night. Thanks, you know, to your effort. You know, we got to complete the game Yomawari, Lost in the Dark. So finally, that's like a horror game off my chest. I don't like horror games. They're too scary. なんか怖すぎて、how many times have I been screaming because of that? So yeah, with that, today's Japanese lesson has ended. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Tune in for the schedule, okay? Thank you so much, and yeah, see ya. Otoko na banana!